Hello, Craftaholics, and welcome back to my studio. And if this is your first time here, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Peggy, and welcome to my studio. So today are the last 3 cards in Kendra's Card Challenge, 11 for September, actually for the quarter. And you know what, without further ado, let's get going. Okay, I've got a lot set out for this one because I'm not sure which sentiment I want. I know I'm using my big butterfly, but I don't know what else I want to use for accents. So I punched out some little baby butterflies and some little circles because I didn't want to use bling because I don't have anything that like really matches well. And this, if you haven't seen the other videos, like there's one where I show what I'm using. I have a really tiny circle die that came actually with this die. But if you don't have a tiny circle die, first of all, don't try to find one because you probably won't. But if you have a crocodile, you've already got small hole punches. You have a 3/16 and an 1/8 of an inch. And it's perfect for doing something like that if you need to make your own bling. You can also buy hole punches, but if you already have a crocodile, and if you don't have one, hole punches aren't that expensive. So you're all set. Okay, this one, it's a 3-layered stack on the base. Now, we're going to be hiding a big secret because I cut everything out of this piece and I didn't want to waste. I love this lavender foil, but I thought, you know, if I cut everything out, I'm layering on top of it anyway. You're not going to see it. So it's like not wasting an extra piece of cardstock or having just blank under there. So there's a tip for you. If you're going to be layering, cut your pieces out of the one and then just layer a piece on top of it. Nobody will ever know. Unless you make videos and they see it. Then they'll know. There you go. All right. So these are I'm going to evenly, as best I can, line this up with the top and the 2 sides. So let me get my glue. And it's always so deceiving to turn over like foil, especially this brand of foil cardstock. And this is from Michaels. Now, I'm not too concerned with putting a lot of glue here. I mean, it is going to be layered, but you want enough to make it stick. I just put a few dots here and there. But it's just kind of funny. It gets a beautiful shiny side, and then Although I have seen somebody use foil where it was foiled on both sides. And I honestly don't see the point to that because you're not going to see the one side. Unless it's something double-sided that you're making, then you're going to want like a double-sided foil. But for most cases, you're going to be adhering it down. Nobody's going to be the wiser what's on the other side anyway. So there you go. Then I'm going to put the tan, and then I'm going to put the purple. Okay, now I did have a lavender cardstock that came in this collection, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem to work for me. I like the deeper purple. The lighter lavender, it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't work for me. And now foil is something too. Here's another tip. You want to be very sure of where you're placing the piece on top of it, because any glue, you will see the smudge and you will probably have to start over. It's not easy to remove adhesive, either with an adhesive eraser, which is one of these that looks like boot sole. It's not easy to get glue off of a mirrored cardstock or a foiled cardstock and have it still look shiny. So keep that in mind. Okay, and the reason I turned it over is it has a linen texture, but the other side is more flat. So I wanted the linen texture side out because why waste it if you got it, right? Okay, and then this is going to center on this one. And now I'm not bumping any of this up because it's like which layers do you pick, and then it would just be very, very thick. Okay, the next pieces that are going to stack, and I got things just rolling away. This piece of tan right in the middle of this. And this is another one of the cards that calls for a bow and a string. And again, I chose to omit it. I'm just not into bows on my cards. I don't know. Now, I did get some glue seepage on there, but I'm trying to wipe it off right away so you don't really see it very much. And you got to also be careful not to get nail marks or anything in. Now, this is hanging over just a tad. So I'm going to snip that little end off. It was just a hair. But this is going to center down here. So I'm going to put that down. Okay. And let me get that. I saw some glue sticking there. Now in the sketch, the string is actually going like across this part, and then the bow sits there. But like I said, I chose to omit it. Just not a bow person, really. And then I have my layering pieces. No offense to the design. I hope if Kendra sees this, no offense to the design whatsoever. It's just not something that I do, you know, that I like. So I'm going to lay these out to kind of get an idea of where to put them. Because wherever your first piece goes down is where the other ones are going to fall into place. So I think we'll start with the big one. But then our sentiment is going to go right there in that open strip. So let me put this piece down first. There we go. I think that'll work. It has to work now, doesn't it? Okay. And then I'm just going to go around the left, gluing pieces down. Okay. Again, just making sure which way my paper is going. I could have done that. Well, you know what? All right. Yeah, it's not going to work. All right, I already put glue down. Let's see if I can get the glue off. No. I wanted to put that side up, and I made a mistake, so we're just going to put this side anyway. It's fine. It is fine. I think it may actually look better having a bit of a pattern there than just the plain and just a pattern up in the one corner. Okay. Okay. I am just in love with the vintagey look of these papers. I just love it so much. Okay, now we have our base done. Hold on, I gotta get a drink of something, guys. My throat is very dry for some reason. Okay, now my butterfly, it calls for something up here, so we're gonna put a butterfly up there. I'm not sure if I want to do him straight or how I'm gonna put him. But our butterfly is going to go up there. But I need to figure out what sentiment I want to use. You know, I think I kind of like the thanks. It hangs a little bit over. But you know what? I think I like that better than the just because. All right, let's put our thanks down. Let me get the another glue there off. And again, just strategically placing some glue here and there, just where I need it to hold down. And again, with things like this, you can always put adhesive on the other side of your paper or your cardstock before you cut. And then you will automatically have sticky on the back. And I had done that before. Sometimes it works better than others, you know. Okay, I do have a little bit of glue seepage, so I'm just kind of dabbing it off with my finger. You can use a cloth for that, but it will dry clear and you won't really see it. Okay, so there's my sentiment. And now I'm thinking of kind of putting it, not way, you know, because if you angle it too much, it's going to take the eye right off of your card. So, but I think just a little bit, I think is nice. So maybe just like, whoop, not like that maybe. Because if I go in this way, it's going to kind of interfere with my word thanks. Well, I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Let's go in. Let's see what happens. You don't know unless you try, right? Now, I don't want it creeping over my letters. So I'm going to kind of put them right there. And then, now on this, you don't want to puff up the wings too much because you got that brown on the back. But just a little bit. There we go. I can leave them like that. I like it. And then instead of the bow, I was going to put one of these little ones down here in place of the bow. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do one. A little bit, just a little dot of glue there in the middle. A little dab will do ya. What was that? That was Dippity-Doo, wasn't it? Okay, I really just dated myself. Okay, whatever. Anyway. Okay. And then you know what I think we're going to do? I think I'm going to use some of my little purple dots. And I think I'm just, because everything is nice in threes, or to make, okay, threes and triangles, because triangles keep the eye moving. So if we put our 3 dots there, then we make our triangle that makes everything look cohesive. So there you go. Let's just glue these down. And they take just the tiniest little dab of glue. But you got to try to get it in the right spot. There we go. I know other paper crafters are more adept at using these tools, but with my hands not working all the time, it makes it a little bit difficult. But there we go. 1 more down, 2 to go. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, and we have another multiple layer card, which again, I'm not going to bump anything up because I just think it would be too much, but that's my opinion again. So, first thing I'm gonna do is adhere my layers to their kind of shadow layers. So let me get this one first. And we're getting near the end. I hope that you've enjoyed my cards this month and kind of the way that I'm doing it this time. I know it's a little bit different. I'm just trying to find my groove kind of thing to see what I like and what I think looks good. Let me know in the comments below if you like the way that I've presented the cards this time. Please, 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 please let me know. Because I'm trying to do things that will entertain all of you. And if I don't know, I can't do it. Okay. Now this piece, I went ahead and I stamped my sentiment on it using Sealess Preserves Distress Oxide. And then I just put some clear embossing powder over it and heat embossed it just to give it a little, I like the clear embossing over it. It just adds a little something to it. So let me glue this one down. There you go. And then I might as well glue the last couple, like this little piece down too. This little, it's one of those little pieces that cut out, and it just gets cut into a little banner. There you go. And placed up in the corner. The dog's next door making some noise. I hope you guys can't hear them. Which corner? This corner. Sometimes when I turn things upside down, I'm like, wait, what corner was I supposed to do? Okay. There we go. And this is another one that calls for a ribbon and a bow, and of course, I've omitted it. Okay. Checking to make sure my card opens the right way. And then inside, if you use cardstocks like this can be written on in black. It's not a problem. It's not that dark. But if you don't like it, you can also take something like my layer here is like a green parchment kind of color. You can cut out or use a die cut even to cut out a shape that will fit to put in there to write on, if you would prefer. Or white or whatever, but I would use a coordinating color. But you don't be afraid of using darker colors for your card bases, because you could always just cut out another piece and put it, even if you're stamping. Okay, I need to get this over here. If you're stamping, don't be afraid to stamp, you know, like you can stamp on something coordinating and then die cut it, or fussy cut around the sentiment and glue it in on a darker base. I mean, not that this is a dark one, but you know what I mean. So don't be afraid to experiment. I do need to trim this a little bit. It's hanging over, I don't know if you can see. Sorry, that was the back of my chair falling off. It's hanging over just a hair. So let me just kind of even that out there. But yeah, don't be afraid to use dark card bases, because they can be beautiful. Even like black is gorgeous as a base. And then you just cut out a piece to put in the middle. It's not a big deal. Okay, so we have that piece there. And I'm sorry if the glare is making it hard to see. Everything is much brighter on the monitor than it actually is here. So I'm hoping it's okay. This piece is going to kind of go on its side like that. So, okay. Kind of this way. Okay. And then this piece comes in and sits like that. It's so pretty, isn't it? I love this. I think it's just so pretty. Okay. And I still have 3 of my little purple dots from the last card that I think we might, there, add into this. Now, I cut the little butterfly out, and I actually, you know, I also have another little butterfly that we might use. But let me stick it in my finger. I got some glue on my finger and it's sticking to it. Come on. All right, there we go. I cut out the butterfly just because this is so empty up here. And my sentiment is tiny. So I thought of maybe putting a little butterfly like right there. Especially since it says butterfly wishes. So, again, I got just glue, just right in the middle. Okay, it's probably a little too much glue, but it's all good. And I'm just holding down the middle so it sticks. Yeah, there go the dogs. Oh, he keeps turning on me. There we go. Let's try it this way. Okay. And then I am going to, okay, now there it is. The design calls for some bling right here. Okay, I think it works. We might even add him, I'm not sure yet. Let me get the blingy pieces down, and then we'll make a decision. Okay. And again, these, because it's paper, it doesn't need a lot of glue at all. Even bling doesn't need a lot of glue. Just, again, and I know I say this very often, but only use the amount of adhesive, whether it's glue, tape, whatever, that you need. There's no reason to be excessive with it. It just wastes your product, and it doesn't really do any good. So, okay, there's that. You know, I think, yeah, you know what, let's put him there. Might as well use him because he's there. Again, just glue right down the middle. Then I'm just going to place him there. All right. And we've got just another quick and easy, beautiful card. There we go. All right. We are moving on to the last one. See you there in a sec. Okay, here's our last card for September. And again, it's got a lot of pieces. So, first thing I need to do is I'm going to layer my two pieces here, my first layer. And oh, I attempted to stencil, and I didn't like the way it turned out at all. I think it's, maybe I chose an icky part of the stencil. I don't know. But it's something that I really haven't done before. And it's going to be some practice, so before I kind of get the hang of it. Okay. That was actually the very first time I tried to do that kind of stenciling, so. Okay, so I've got my layer on my thing. And I also put some foam tape just to bump this up. Make sure my card is opening in the right direction. I really like that peach color. And I chose it again because in my papers it's got the peach shade in it. So let me just peel off, for goodness sakes. You know, I have all these tools to make things easier, and I rarely ever use them, which is really sad. I'm going to do it again with the glue stick. I know a lot of people don't do this, but I like the glue stick trick. So there we go. Okay. I just want to make sure, again, okay, there we go, that I'm going to get this. It's pretty well centered. There we go. Okay, there is our first. Okay, then the next part that's going to be layered down are these. And they are going to line up right at the edge of the paper and in the center. So, again, if it's directional, make sure it's facing in the right direction. Although, honestly, for the first one, I'm going to do it this way. I turned it upside down because I'm making this the top now. Although, for the first one, it doesn't matter because even if this was upside down, then I would just start it with that as the bottom. But, there we go. Then our other piece in the middle. And this, I'm just going to butt it right up. And I did already check and make sure that everything was the same width. Although that's, yeah, there you go. This might just be a hair. So I'm just going to take a hair. just the smallest little bit off. Okay. And again, I'm just going to bump this right up to this one. Line it up in the center. There we go. Okay, now I do, oh, it's right to the edges. Good, awesome. And then you just want to make sure you don't have any of the base color showing on the bottom. And then you just trim it off again. And then this piece is going to come over here, and it is the width of this layer, not the layer underneath it, but it's the layer, it's the width of this layer. So we're going to put this about a 1/2 inch over. Okay. Again, make sure it's facing the right way. I'm going to go right about there. Okay, and put that down. Okay, now a shape was supposed to go here, like a 2-inch shape or something. So what I did, I took the Stamp and Die for this flower out of the kit, and I stamped it. It's kind of hard to tell, but I stamped it in gold ink, and then I put some clear embossing powder over it. I don't have gold embossing powder here. I only have clear, white, and that's it. So, yeah, clear and white, I believe, is all I have right now. So I used gold because I thought it would look nice, especially with the gold writing. Now I just need to figure out, yeah, there. So I'm going to put my flower here. And I'm not sure if I want to put my thanks here or if I want to put it here. Yeah, I think we're going to put it there. Let me put this down first, and then we can position the flower. And, of course, I cut out some more butterflies because it's the last card for this one, and I want butterflies on it. So, I'm just, and like I said, you're going to be seeing those butterflies more often. Okay, because I like them. Okay, and then this, let me put that aside for a second. I am going to... Okay, I'm making sure that the end of my T and this part of my S are like the same distance from the edge. Okay, and there's our sentiment. I like it right there. That's neat. Okay, and then I think the flower I will put kind of like that maybe. Okay, so let's put the flower down. And I left the ends without glue, like around the edge. It's kind of hard to see. So I can slide in, which way? Oh, well, let's put it that way. So I can slide in my leaves underneath wherever I want them to be. Okay, so there's our flower. And then... so a little bit of glue on the back. And this is actually coordinating paper. It does have a print on it, but I thought it looked neat using the green and the peach. So there's my flowers. You don't really notice the pattern on it because I tried to find a kind of a solid area for it to cut it out of. Let me get that off of there. I just think it looks cool. And then I'm thinking, do we want butterflies on here? Do we want just like a couple butterflies maybe going around the flower? I'm not sure. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do I dare not put the butterflies on it? Or do I maybe put one like right there on the rose? No, I don't like that. You know what? Oh my God, I'm not going to use butterflies, I don't think. Yep. You know what? I'm going to leave. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm doing that last card and I'm leaving them off. Okay. So there we go. All done. Yeah. We're going to call that done. All right, guys. That's our last card. And that wraps up Kendra's Card Challenge 11 for, well, the month of September and the quarter. I hope you enjoyed watching me make these cards. If you did, please give it a ginormous thumbs up. And also share it with a crafty friend or two or three or four. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to grow it so I can be showing more crafty people like us all the things that I do. That made no sense, and I'm so sorry, but please subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm gonna go for now. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.